Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thanks to our sponsors, Best Heating and Cooling and the Gregory Home Team of Keller Williams. For more information on Best Heating and Cooling in Scioto, Oregon and their heating and cooling services, go to bestheating.com. And for more information on Gregory Home Teams of Keller Williams and their real estate services, go to sellwithgregory.com. Good morning, everybody. Russ here on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. I am so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here this morning. It is Thursday. Woo! Where did the week go? Thursday, and what a blessing to have you joining us today. You know, whether you're watching live or on replay, I just want to tell you I appreciate you so much. I am so thankful for my connections and community all around the world. And, you know, I'm really excited about my guest this morning, Juma Bannister, who's going to be with me shortly. Man, he's just become a great friend, just like instantly. We've been able to chat a couple times. He is just such a great individual, and I'm really excited to share him with you. But I wanted to start off with a couple other, housekeeping things first, like reminding you that we are here every Monday and Thursday on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie, and we're here to inspire and encourage you. And when I say we, obviously I'm on screen, but I've got my amazing assistant, who is amazing behind the scenes helping me, and I'm so thankful for her. Also, obviously, my wonderful guests, and every week we are about how amazing people connect. That is what the theme of this show is. People say to me, well, amazing people connect? What does that have to do with marketing? It has everything to do with marketing. Your connections and your community are what make your business. I think it's a Zig Ziglar quote that says, you build people and then people build your business. That is so true. It is all about people. It's all about giving and helping others. That's what draws people to you in your business. So connection is so important. And I love bringing on people who are amazing at it because they add value and give you gold nuggets to go away with. And you can think, yeah, I need to do that in my life and my business. That will make me better. And that's what we're all about here. So I just love that. Also, I love to connect personally with you. You can go to russhedge.com for any of my connection links, whether on social media or on email, or let's see, what else do we have? Phone number, or you can schedule time directly on my calendar to Zoom with me. I would love to connect with you. Please do that. Go to russhedge.com today. And also I want to ask you to please share this out. If you can, share this right now and subscribe on YouTube, because when you subscribe on YouTube, you not only get notices about the upcoming content, but you also get to see all the past content, which is amazing. The best way to do that, we make it simple. Go to marketingwithruss.live. That's it. Marketingwithruss.live will take you directly to my YouTube page. Please subscribe right now. Please share it with others. Love to have you part of our community. And that is so great. So one last thing I want to do, besides remind you to buy my book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose on Amazon or my website. I don't want to forget that. The last thing I want to do, I have a really good friend, David Ask, who's amazing, been on this show, just talking to him. And one thing I always got to remember is to tell you, what do I really do? What problem can I solve for you? How can I make your life better? How can I help you? And you know what? I'm all about marketing, and so many people have fear around getting in front of people and community and marketing themselves. They don't know how to do it. Well, you know what? I help you market you. That's right. I help you market you and your business. And you know what? I am confident that I can help you. Actually, another person said that, but I'm just borrowing that. I am absolutely confident that I can help you. So if you want me to help you, you can simply just go to russhedge.com. You can send me a message. You can sign up to actually talk with me. I would love to do that. Okay. So now I've definitely said enough. Juma's back there going, dude, are we ever going to talk? Okay, here we go. Juma Bannister, woohoo!
Uh, it's great to be here, Russ, and thank you for such an excellent intro. And it's good to hear about what you've been up to as well.
Thank you. I have people on like you to make me look good. So thank you for being here. And thank you in advance for all the value and the great information you're going to share today. And we're just going to start with the basics, Juma. I want you to tell everybody that doesn't know you what Juma is all about and what you're up to.
All right, so my name is Juma Bannister. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. That is the most southerly islands of the Caribbean chain. And I run a company called Relatestudios. It's a strategic marketing and production company. And I'm the creative director there. I have a business partner, and we run the business together. And it's been running for about 10 plus years, going on 11 years. And what we do is that we help our clients build long-term relationships with their own clients and customers using content, mainly video content. And we also do live streaming, photography, and things like that. And on LinkedIn, I help people with tips, tricks, tutorials, so that they can improve their own video content and their content in general. So I'm kind of sharing my marketing chops with people on LinkedIn and hoping that they get better at what they do, particularly in the area of video.
Well, and I love that. Jimmy, this is an interesting question that I got from people when I first started live streaming. And that was, why do you bring people on like Juma that do a lot of the things you do? And why do you do these kind of things? And I said, well, number one, Juma's amazing. That's number one. And I'm learning from him. Number two, I like to surround myself with others that not only can I learn from, collaborate with, but also that I can help lift and promote. Because you know what? I think we all rise together. So many of us that even when we do similar things, I want to shout out to the rooftops. Everybody connect with Juma. He's amazing at what he does. And that just helps me be better, right? And so I think this is so important about community. One thing that I love on your LinkedIn page, you say building long-term customer relationships and with useful content. But what I love about that is the long-term relationships. And I have told you, and I tell people this all the time, now you're stuck with me as your friend because I'm a lifetime connector, right? And so I love building long-term relationships. How have you found that you're able to work with people and really help them with their marketing and their video and all that through building community and doing those things?
Well, I mean, I think one of the main things about building community or building relationships, well, first of all, let me frame it by saying our personal philosophy inside of Relate Studios is that the purpose of content is to build relationship. It's a way to connect with the people who are important to you and who you will become important to over the long term. And one of the main things about that is that you have to be able to listen to what their needs are, listen to the people who are in your space, who you're connecting with, so that you can know how you can help them. And this is both on a client relationship type of thing, or just people who you interact with. So listening is a really, 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 really important skill that many people don't really consider and put in front. But the more you listen, the more you learn about people, the better you're able to help them. So in terms of building a long-term relationship, if you speak less, listen more, then you're able to really kind of navigate through how can you really be of help to this person, how can you connect properly, and how can you make them feel like they're important, what they're saying is important, their needs are important. And so if you listen well over a long period of time, the relationship, among other things, the relationship is maintained.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love that. And for a talker like me, I have to be very intentional about listening, right? It's really important to think about, and I think that I have learned a lot of good skills and become better by live streaming and doing video. It gives me opportunity to open things up to people like you, Juma, and listen to all that you're about and all that you're doing. So first of all, I want you to tell everybody, because everybody heard you're from Trinidad and Tobago, and so far none of them have been able to think about anything except for going on vacation and laying on the beach. So tell everybody what you love best about where you live.
I love the people. The people are great. The people are really excellent. Our country is very, very what's the word? Our national anthem actually says, "Every creed and race finds an equal place," and that is what it's like. Is a real mixture of people, from African origin, Indian origin, Spanish origin, European origin, and there's a lot of cultural mixing. We're a melting pot of the Caribbean, and I just love the people and the things that they about the culture that they bring to the general culture of Trinidad and Tobago. And so we're great in that way. We're very, very warm people. And we're very innovative and always trying to make connections with people in order to make their lives a little better and make them happier. Of course, we have our challenges, as every nation does, but that's one of the things I really, really love about Trinidad and Tobago, is just the people are really excellent people.
Yeah, well, and that's the critical point that you bring up, is that, when people are drawn to people that are really loving and caring and are great people, right? And so in any business, that's important. We all talk about the know, like, and trust factor. People do business with people, right? I don't do business with Juma because he does marketing. I do business with Juma because he's Juma.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you think it's the people factor? And do you find people get off track and you got to steer them back?
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're interacting, like for example, with clients or with anyone who you are planning to work with, listening well gives you the ability to guide people into making decisions that will benefit them more. And sometimes that means that you have to kind of be like, oh, nudge them this way and nudge them that way in order to get the thing that you want out of them. So I found that too in managing the relationships. Sometimes that is a part of it, really sharing what you think might work or what might not work in order to get people focused on the thing that is important to them. Because sometimes people, they know, but they don't know, and you're able to decipher and demystify things in terms of content, creating video and things of that sort in order to get them the thing that they want in their marketing.
Yeah, well, and that's it. I mean, do you find people, I find this in myself, we all have blind spots, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's so many areas that people could be better at focusing on what their strengths are and things that they really could do that would really help them. And a lot of times it just starts with really good connections. After we're done here today, I go out to a marketing event where I'll be with live people, which, I mean, I love this, but I love being around live people too.
Yeah.
And, I think it's a good balance of finding that, but really focusing on what's important for people. So back to what you said before, helping people learn to ask the right questions and listen, right? So important. That's so important to everything you're doing with your business, right? Tell me a little bit about how you help people with that when you're coaching them or working with video with them or whatever.
Well, okay, so I think we start off by finding out about people. So generally we have like 5 questions that we would ask people when we start talking about marketing or creating content. and that's like a top level set of questions. The questions are that the people have to ask themselves is like, who am I? What do I want to be known for? Who am I talking to with my content? How does my content benefit them? And what are my long-term goals? So those are like the 5 top level things that we want people to ask themselves. And so we start off with a group of questions that they have to find the answers to. And what we do is we come alongside and help them figure out those answers. And once they figure out those answers to those 5 basic questions, then we can begin to go deeper and find out more about things like, who their competitors are, what their competitive advantage or what their positioning is, type of thing. And we go really deep in terms of finding out what would work best for them and looking at what they've done before in their marketing efforts or in their video, and really looking at it deeply. But starting off with those 5 questions, the who am I, what do I want to be known for, who am I talking to, as in who's your customer or your audience, how does my content benefit those people, and what are my long-term goals, starting off with those 5 basic questions that they have to ask themselves, because we definitely can't answer that. They have to answer it. That gives a good platform for asking even more pertinent questions later on in the process of discovering how to create the content that will work for the clients.
Right. And I find you got to be so intentional, right, in all that you do. I love the old phrase, fail to plan, plan to fail. If you don't ask those questions, if you don't plan the direction you're going, if you don't know who you're speaking to, then you've got big problems up front, right? So how did you incorporate video and live streaming? How did you get started with all that? I know you do your own live streams, and that's really helped you with your visibility in business too, right?
Yeah. I'm on season break right now from my show, the Useful Content Creation Show. So I'm taking it a little easy. As I was telling you backstage, I have some other stuff going on, which is kind of convenient to not have to do that every Thursday. And I used to do it twice a week until I decided I would consolidate it. But getting started on live streaming really began when I decided, you know what, let me try this Instagram live thing. That's a couple of years back, and I tried it out, and it didn't really have a purpose. And sometimes we start something and we just try it out and it doesn't really have a purpose. So I got on there, I was talking about, like, I'd been on a work trip, and I was saying, this is my work trip, and, do anything that people do with their selfie camera and showing this is the hotel and all that different stuff, which is nice, but it's not really strategic. It's just like you're sharing the behind the scenes without a purpose. But the deeper I got into understanding that strategically we have to move to this particular point, we have to plan ahead. These are the things we want to accomplish. Then what happens is that informs the content. It informs the format the content is going to take. It informs what you say. It informs how you deliver it. It informs the type of platforms you're going to put it on. Once you have this goal, this strategic goal that you're going towards, you no longer just jump on and just share things for sharing things' sake. You jump on and share it with a goal in mind. It's connected to your overall marketing plan. And so after a while, I began to do live streaming, a show that's called the Useful Content Creation Show, with the whole idea of teaching people how to improve their own content. And then obviously we've been working in video for a number of years for a ton of different clients, like creating these high-level marketing videos. And I said, you know what? We're creating all these videos. What about my personal videos? What about my personal brand? I'm not doing anything with that. I mean, I should be doing something with that. And it was almost as if I had to start off crawling once again, even though we were producing these high-end 4K videos for corporate clients. Me personally, I had to go back and start all again. I guess what? I started right on this thing right here. I started on my phone, and I worked my way back up. Even though we had all of these fancy cameras, I decided I'm not going to use those cameras. I'm just going to use the simplest thing, the thing that I can get my hands on. And I started creating content first on Instagram, and then I went over to LinkedIn, and LinkedIn became my home, really. And then I had the live stream starting there. That is the Useful Content Creation Show that I am now doing, as going into the 3rd season of over the last couple of years. So that's how things got started. Yeah.
Wow. And that's amazing. Well, and I think that it's getting back to the basics. So I have a simple mind. And so I'm thinking simplicity. And you talked about grabbing your phone. I have talked to clients and they have this total brain block and this fear about doing video and what are
Mm,
people going to think, and they have to be sure what they're going to say, and they got to do stuff. And I say, you know what? I put my phone up, selfie mode. I get the two of us in, and I say, you know what? Juma is amazing. He right now is here to help you with your content and create things that really speak to your customers. You need to talk to him today. Go see my friend Juma. And then I turn it off and I say, I'm posting that. And they're
right.
like, what? I said,
What?
yeah, because people want to see something authentic, simple, easy, understandable, and they want to see you, right?
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
so getting back to basics and doing things like that that are so seemingly simple. I always tell people when I coach them, you know, what I'm telling you here sounds really simple,
Mm,
but it's not easy. And I
mm,
just kind of let that sit there and they're like, because if it was easy, everybody would do it,
right,
right?
right, right.
Simple, the whole idea of live streaming and the whole idea of getting your message out there, Zoom, it sounds simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not easier. Everybody would be doing it. And so those kind of things I think are so critical. And so let me ask you one more question, and that is, you know, people so often just have a fear of stepping out and
Mm,
really starting and taking action.
mm,
How do you help them overcome that? Because that is one of the number one roadblocks I find with people, whether they're doing marketing or video or whatever, right? How do you help
mm.
them with that?
Right. So I mean, everyone has a different personal block, and the block it comes. It's the same core thing that I can't do video. I can't put myself out there, but it kind of comes from the same place. It's like different. It's a fear that takes on different clothes at different times. And I have like the top 9 things that I hear all the time, right? So I'll just read them off. I have the list here. I'll read it for you, right? The top 9 things I hear is all I have is a phone, as in I don't have any fancy equipment,
Right.
but I don't know how to edit, as in somehow people feel editing is this massive thing. Then I hear I don't know what to say, which is probably the most popular one. And that one has me in the most disbelief because I like you're the subject matter expert. You do what you do. You have to be able to talk about what you do. Then the next one is I'll sound stupid. No, you won't. You very much know what you're doing. And then I don't like how I look and sound on camera. And then I tell people, well, look at my ugly mug, and I am still on camera. I'm still I'm still here. But you know, the point I'm making is that anyone can appear on camera and look good, and then they say, "I'm afraid I'll mess up. What will people think of me?" And video is I don't have time to make video, and then video is overrated. So those are the things that generally people say. But how I help people overcome that is by saying, "Here's what: find a friend, think of a topic, 2 minutes a day. Tell your friend you're going to call them in video chat." Jump on, tell them what you're going to talk about. You talk to them about that topic for a minute. Ask them if they have any questions. If they do, take the second minute to answer the questions. That's it. 2 minutes a day. Practice that for a month or so, and you will improve your comfort on video will improve. And then what you can do is you can move it across to a place like Zoom where you can actually record you having this conversation, these 1 minute conversations with your friend. And then you will be surprised to find that the conversation that you're having is useful. And if you recorded it, you could then now come and just take it and snip and cut it out and then use it for your actual content. So you'll be moving from not being able to speak on camera to being able to speak on camera in no time flat.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Well, you know, my good friend Inger Van Roy, when I originally talked to her, I'm like, Inger, you have got to get on video because you do great. She goes, I hate video. And so her very first video, I'm sure you've been on her show, she starts out with, I hate video, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she stepped forward and she got comfortable doing it. Doesn't mean she loves it, but she does exactly what you do. And with my wonderful assistant, we do the same thing. You get comfortable, you get on, you get good video going, you clip that up and you can use it for content. You can repurpose it for many things, but it's
Yes.
all about taking that step forward, doing little things that help you get more comfortable. And like anything, Juma, the more you do it, the more comfortable you get, right? When I
Yeah.
find when I get on, you know, I'm a worship pastor besides what I do. And so when I get up to lead singing and worship, I actually, when I first started, was horribly nervous, even though I did that all the time. But when I did it for years, I could just walk up on the stage, do it, no problem, because I'm so used to doing
Yeah.
it. You get in a
Yeah.
comfort zone there,
Yeah.
which is good. So, hey, listen, I want you, as we wrap things up, give everybody what you really want them to remember about Juma and about what we talked about today, the value that they can walk away with, that mic drop, that gold nugget, and then tell everybody how they get in touch with you, because I know people are definitely going to want to get in touch with you.
Right. So what I would leave people with is that video is really a pathway to personal development, and that the more you put energy into creating the video, it's not just output. You're getting input in order to put the thing out. So it is, in fact, not just putting stuff out there, but it's improving you. You are being improved by putting yourself on video. So you go through a big personal development process by creating the content itself. It's a pathway to your own personal development. You are able to articulate things better. You get more clarity in how you express your ideas. You become more proficient in the way you explain what you do. So you're able to build trust more rapidly with the people who you eventually speak with. So it's just not only the thing it's not a trend, but it's also a pathway to personal development if you do video.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, personal development is so important. It's all about learning and growing every day, every moment, all that you're doing, personally developing yourself, getting around the right people like Juma, who's amazing. How do we get in touch with you, Juma? The best way again?
You can check me out on LinkedIn. It's LinkedIn /in, I think, Juma Bannister, my name. That's JumaBannister. There it is right there. You can check that out. You could, and from there you can go anywhere. I have a Linktree on the profile, which takes you everywhere else. So check out LinkedIn first, and then we can connect in whatever way. And feel free to connect and DM me, and we'll talk.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm telling you, I appreciate you so much. And I highly, highly recommend everybody going to those links. They are all clickable in the comments. And what does that mean? All you got to do is click on it. It takes you right to Juma. And that is simple. One little finger. There you go. So, yes. And if you can't physically go to Trinidad and Tobago right now, which I know we don't like to do, you can at least virtually go there with Juma today. So please reach out to him and his business, all that he's doing. Juma, we're gonna continue this conversation. I appreciate you so much for being here today. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, man. Great to be here.
Hey everybody, as we wrap up for today, I just want to remind everybody, there's all Juma's contact information again. It's in the comments. There's so much good information today. Please share this out right now. Hit the share button and make sure that everybody gets the same chance you did to watch this. And if you're watching on a replay, you can still share this out. And I would appreciate you doing that. Every week we're talking about how amazing people connect. And that is so great. Connection is so important. And you can connect with me at russhedge.com. That I would love for you to connect with me. But most of all, if you would do me the favor, which I asked right off the bat as well, please subscribe on YouTube. And you can do that by going to marketingwithruss.live. It's simple. Subscribe today. You'll get all the content from the past as well, notices to future content. And I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. Remember, #1000 thanks. Getting close to Thanksgiving again. We started that last year, sharing thankfulness, gratefulness to all those around you, especially online with your quotes. Use #1000 thanks. And listen, I want to tell you, I'm so grateful that you're all here today. So thankful for Juma for being here today. And as we wind this up, remember, we're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Want to tell you that tonight, 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, I have Russ Reels Live with some amazing people. You're going to have to go online to check that out. Brian Schulman, Nancy Barrows, to just name a few. We're going to be there today. There's so many more. I can't even remember everybody that's going to be on today. So go to Russ Reels Live tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Love to see you there. And until we see you again, have a great day and a great life. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.